Why won't you pick up your phone?
Why don't you ever answer your phone? Ugh.
Why won't you pick up your phone?
Why won't you pick up your phone?
Hey, is your spouse or partner constantly sending you to voicemail when you call, and do you feel less than important? You need to watch this video.
Baby, we need to have a serious conversation.
Okay.
Actually, we need to talk.
Okay.
I mean, we need to talk. I don't know how many times I have tried to call you today and you've sent me to voicemail.
Oh. Oh, that's pretty cool. Hold on. Oh, it's just Bill. I'll call him back later. So tell me. Awesome. Oh, hold on. Oh, it's just Bill calling me. I'll call him back later. That's no big deal.
Come on, the door is locked. Why won't you pick up your phone?
I'll call him back.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to. I know you need to order. One sec. Come on, pick up the phone. I just need your coffee order. I don't remember if she likes it venti or 2 shots or coconut milk. Pick up the phone or you're gonna get black coffee.
I'll call you back. This is the good part.
Will you please pick up your phone? Why won't you pick up your phone? Why won't you pick up your phone?
You don't always answer your phone either.
That's not true.
It is true. I had to change
Prove it.
my ringtone.
Prove it. I am never going to get that. I do not have time right now. I'll call you back.
Come on, answer your phone. Why don't you ever answer your phone? Ugh.
Come on! Are you kidding me? I can't right now. Do you see the game? It's on! You see the game is on!
Why won't you pick up your phone? Actually, hey, pick up your phone. Was that so hard?
Oh, I just picked it up.
Yeah. When you don't answer when I call you, it's a little bit frustrating. Can we look and see how many missed calls that you had from me today?
No. What do you mean? How many times do I call you a day that you don't pick up my calls?
I know, but I'm busy.
I'm not busy.
Well, but it was important.
My calls are important too.
What are you doing that you can't answer my phone?
Why don't you answer my calls?
Do you see where we're going here? So oftentimes we have this expectation and then there's reality. And in between that, that's when we have
Shit sandwich.
disappointment.
I mean disappointment. Yep. Okay, here's an expectation of how this should work in a man's eyes.
Hello, my favorite person in the whole wide world.
Hi. Oh, I'm so glad you picked up the phone.
I'm so glad you called me.
Oh, I didn't really call about anything. I just wanted
you're
to.
so sweet.
Yeah, I just wanted to say hi. Okay, here is reality.
So why do you think it's so important that I answer the phone when you call me?
Why?
Yeah, I mean, because sometimes I'm really busy, or maybe I'm on the phone in an important call, or I can't get the person to stop talking. Like if I'm talking to a family member that is
Because I've
long-winded.
heard you like sending someone else to voicemail, just talking to your girlfriend. Oh, I'll call her back. I'll call him back. I'll call her back. And it's not important. It's not important. And then, you know what? That's the way I feel.
Yeah.
I feel not important.
Yeah, it kind of feels like you're at the bottom of the priority list.
The back burner.
Yeah, when in reality, this relationship should be number one.
Right.
It is above every other relationship that exists, right? And if I don't put the effort in for you and I, then we're gonna suffer.
And it's very easy. It's very easy for us to make each other not feel important.
Yeah, agreed. So that's something to
So
consider.
pick up the phone every time.
Well, I would say that it's not reasonable to pick up the phone every time.
I know.
There are situations where, yeah, sure, okay, I should be picking up the phone. Like if I'm watching a really intense
Bridgerton.
video that I've seen a million times, and the best scene, and I just don't want to. I want to get to the best scene, or I'm taking a nap, or I mean, even then though, I really kind of feel like if I'm taking a nap, you should be understanding. I don't have to call you. I don't have to answer the phone. You know what I mean? Especially because I don't take naps like you do.
Naps?
I never take naps.
You are full of crap.
I
I
see the
came in
bed.
the house
I see the
today. I came in the house today. Where were you? I came in the house yesterday, and would you say peekaboo? You were laying in bed, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know you were home.
So I think I should have some grace on that. But usually I really don't take naps. Whereas you're at home all day, working from your home office.
Here we go. Here we go. So all the stay-at-home moms know what I'm talking about. Oh, you're home
Stay-at-home
all
mom.
day.
Listen to you, stay-at-home mom. You got two dogs to take care of.
Because I'm at home, I don't do anything.
No.
My office is in the house.
I'm just saying, I see the bed.
I don't get to leave the
I know
house.
you take a nap.
I definitely take naps.
Yeah,
That's for
actually,
sure.
you answer when I. Anyway, the truth of the matter is that it's not reasonable to say every single time I call, you're going to answer my call. That's actually kind of intrusive and a bit of a bully, because the truth is that there are things that come up that are more important, or that take precedence, or maybe I left my phone in my office and I just didn't see it, and so it's really important to give grace.
Right.
And
So
that's-
we've fought about this. We've fought about this subject
Just a couple times.
a couple times a day, sometimes a couple times an hour, and we developed a plan that keeps us out of the weeds with each other.
Yeah, so the expectation is closer to the reality because we've developed a plan. So our expectation is a little bit closer.
Here's
because
my
we are
expectation.
Yeah.
This is where you pick up the phone.
Oh, okay. So I have an expectation that if I call Bill, he's going to answer the phone, and vice versa.
That's
But
right.
it doesn't always actually happen out that way. Sometimes I'm busy. Sometimes I can't find my phone. Sometimes I left my phone in my office. Or
Fact of the matter is that the phone is not a leash.
yeah.
And a lot of times people use it to control each other. Hey, I called you, why didn't you pick up your phone? Well, I didn't realize that I have to make my arm move every single time you call. Sometimes I'm busy, sometimes I'm in the bathroom, sometimes I'm taking a nap, sometimes I just need some peace.
Right.
And I'm just not there. And sometimes I'm busy with a client or a customer or at the restaurant.
But what about when it's really important?
How am I supposed to know?
Well, we develop a plan. So what Bill and I did, because we've just had a couple of arguments about this, maybe one or two.
Today.
We discussed the expectations and also a way to combat this problem of not answering each other's phone calls. So what we decided is if one of us calls multiple times in a row, then that means that it's an emergency.
Yeah.
But that won't work if he calls me 3 times in a row to say, hey, did you check out that meme that I sent you?
Yeah. Or do you want pepperoni on your pizza? I'm trying to order it.
Yeah, because those aren't really emergencies, unless he knows I'm going to be really mad that I don't like pepperoni. You know what I mean?
Yeah, then it's an emergency.
Then it is an emergency.
Then it's an emergency.
Don't order me the wrong food. But the truth is that it's really important that you communicate.
Yes.
And you establish a plan. So we discussed this. If this is really important to me, I need you to pick up. And then you actually have this really cool thing that you set up on your phone when I call you, and you're on an important call. You have a little message that sends to me.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just a one-touch deal that says that I just click real quick and it says, "I'm currently on the phone. Is this important? Should I hang up and call you back?" Or I have another one that says, "I'm currently with a customer. I'll call you back as soon as I can get to it." Or text me, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So I have
Right.
3 different options on it.
Right. Yeah, because maybe he's in a Zoom meeting and he can't pick up the phone and talk to me, but he can text. And I think that's great. You can actually automatically program that in your phone, which is super cool. Now, these are ways that you can actually have that discussion, or you can make somebody feel like they are still important, that they still have that value, that they have heard you, or that you have heard them, you recognize that they're trying to get a hold of you, and also determine if it's like an emergency.
So the biggest thing is number one, have grace for the person. Don't fly off the handle if they didn't pick up the phone.
Right, because it's not a leash. You have to be respectful.
You have to be respectful. You have to abide by the same set of rules, and don't crazy dial me if you're just calling because you want to know.
How cold the water is.
Don't crazy dial me because you just want to know what's happening or what's going on.
Yeah.
If I don't answer after the first call, think to yourself, first of all, pause and say, is this really important for me to call them back the second time?
And you know, text works really well too. But the whole point of all this conversation is, what it comes down to is, if I call you, I want to make sure that I'm important. I want to make sure that you are making me a priority and that you're not just putting me off because you happen to be talking to your sister or something like that. So there's a balance. And remember, it's the expectation versus the reality. And if we don't communicate and we don't have that conversation, then we're never going to bring this gap closer. It's never going to be, you're not going to understand what my expectation is because I've never told you what it was. And I'm just going to be living in this expectation reality gap of disappointment.
Okay, so instead of me flying off the handle and fighting with you and yelling at you and getting pissed off why you didn't pick up the phone, let's have a conversation so this doesn't happen again.
Okay.
Okay? First of all, I don't want to ever make you feel like the phone is a leash and you need to pick it up every time I call you. I don't ever want you to feel like it's an abusive tactic, that I'm using it to control you or to know where you're at all times or anything like that. And I don't want to feel the same way. I definitely don't want that. But what we need to talk about is the feeling side of things, the frustration part of it. And here's my feelings and my frustration. When I call you, I feel like you don't respect me when you don't pick up the phone. Like I'm not important to you, like I'm not at the top of your list, and finding out about so-and-so's date last night was the most important thing, and I got put off. So I guess I need to reel that back in on myself and realize that I'm not the most important person at all times, because you do have other things going on.
Right.
But what I want to say to you is that when you don't answer the phone, it makes me feel like I'm not important to you.
Right. And I would say that because this has been a conversation that we've had for a really long time, I think we've always had cell phones since we've known each other. Because I have always felt like, look, just because I have a cell phone doesn't mean that I am at your beck and call. And so for you to expect me to answer all the time, it feels like a leash. It really does. It feels like you're just trying to keep tabs on me.
It's
constantly.
a controlling tactic, it
Right.
seems. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't want you to ever feel like I don't respect you and that you're not important to me. And you are the number one person in my life. You are more important than anybody else. And I think it's really important that you have those conversations. Because at the end of the day, it really is about the feelings. Am I important to you? Do I matter? Am I valued?
But then also, there are real life emergencies that we need to be able to trust each other, that I can call her and get a hold of her and say, hey, look, something's going down and I need your help, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
So, like, I'm out of beer. And I know you're going to the store on the way home. You're passing by it, and I just, yes.
I need tacos.
I need
They're serious.
tacos.
Tacos!
Yeah, that's a real life deal.
No, I
Absolutely.
actually remember this one time that I was driving your car, and I never actually paid attention to the dashboard hardly at all. I happened to be driving your car, and it ran out of gas.
All the pretty lights and dinging bells, what do they mean?
I was on the highway.
What do you call them? Emojis?
No, actually, I actually ran out of gas on the highway, and I was trying to push my car out of harm's way, and You weren't answering your phone. Ha ha. You're wrong.
I was watching you and I didn't want to push the car.
What a jerk. No, I'm just
Following
kidding.
right behind you. Here's a lesson out of this. This is about feelings.
Yeah,
And almost every fight is about feelings.
it is.
So, when you get into the situation, it's important for you to use this phrase. I feel feeling when you
Fact.
fact.
So you can't say, you always, and you never. You have to say, hey, when you don't answer the phone, it makes me feel like I'm not wanted.
Right. I feel this feeling when you fact. So I'm not attacking you. I'm communicating with you.
Yeah,
And I'm telling you, look, this is the way I'm feeling. This is the frustration that I have. And this is what I need from you. And you shouldn't be offended when I tell you that, as long as we're in a communicative way, communicative
not
way.
being nasty or mean or at the top of my lungs.
And I'm not trying to control you.
Because I can be 100% right, but 100% wrong by the tone that I use. But if I say facts and feelings, you can't argue my feelings. And if I use a fact, there's no arguing the fact. If I say, you never pick up your phone and it makes me feel like you don't care about me, then you're just going to think of the 2 times that you picked up the phone.
Remember yesterday when I picked up the phone after the 5th time you called?
Yeah. So if I instead say, when you didn't answer the phone, it made me feel like I'm not important. So try that.
We suck sometimes.
We do. I mean, we argued this morning.
Did we?
Well, actually, we didn't argue. I just left mad.
Oh, that's right. Another story. Another day.
More stories for you. You're
Yeah.
welcome. Because you know what? We share our stories. So you can feel better about yours.
That's right.
Yeah. That's
We'll talk
real
next
cool.
time about racquetball with your wife and why you shouldn't.
Playing sports with your wife and how it can be detrimental to your marriage. Anyway, thanks for listening. We appreciate you guys. Make a comment if you resonate with this. Let us know. If you have suggestions, let us know. Because obviously it's something that we still disagree
You know what we want to know is we want to know, what are you fighting about? Because we've all fought about it. You're not the only one. That's the greatest thing about when you get into a community of other people that are married. And whenever we would do our
had a
marriage
marriage group,
groups,
yeah.
when we first sat around the round table of couches and we had all of the pissed off and hurting other couples, we learned really quickly that we all go through the same things. We all fight the same fight. We all have the same feelings. And when you're around other couples and you realize we're not alone,
Yeah, I was
you guys
like,
fight about that too?
I went like this. Wait, your husband does that too?
Well, your wife. Your wife does that too.
I thought there was something wrong with him.
Her. Yeah.
It felt good to know that all men are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I should have said no. Sorry, guys.
No, you're not alone, and marriage is a blessing, and it can be an absolute gift, and especially when you can figure this scenario out, this expectation versus reality. If you can bridge that gap a little bit closer, it gets a lot easier. There's a little bit less hurt, and the expectation can't change if I don't tell him what I need from him.
And we are blended but not shaken.
Blended but not shaken.
The reason why we say that is because we may get stirred up a little bit. We may get mixed up, but it's not going to shake us apart.
No, it's not.
We know how to work through it. We know how to get through it. And if you don't, keep following us. Look for the tips. We've been
Just the tips?
just the tips. That's my line. I'm supposed to say just the tips. Oh, dang it. I want to say it again.
Follow us. We're going to keep sharing some of the experiences
For just
that
the
we've
tips.
had. Follow us. We're going to share some of the things that we've experienced, because if it makes you feel better about your life, we're going to share all the
If it makes you... No?
No.
Okay, I won't. Sorry.
Nobody wants to hear that song.
Nobody wants to hear it.
Plus, I don't think you're allowed to butcher music.
I feel feeling when you fact.
I love you.
I'm stuck with you.
Hey, maybe on the next episode we could talk about this. You can love someone and not like them.
Or hate them?
No.
I mean, I don't. I don't. But I've heard people.